Well, thought I'd do a video, but really don't want to do one for some reason. I'm really in between. Weird emotional place. Yeah, it's 1 minute, it's like, wow, you're feeling that little friend thing, and it's all warm and fuzzy, and gee, isn't that nice? And the next minute, it's like, what the fuck, these people. But anyway, it's all really Karina. I guess if she didn't do anything, then nothing would have really happened. And I don't know what can you say about that. I almost felt like filling out the form. I mean, she's got like womanly mojo. She'll talk you into anything. And that's good, I mean, some people are just doing the free speechy thing, oh yes, I hate his little stupid guts, but I will support him. And then some are doing the thing that, yeah, well, I'm sort of used to his videos and I don't want him not there. And yeah, it's like I said, what can I say, but thank you, for now. Yeah, it's just I'm in purgatory. I'm in a place where there's just can't really make a rational decision. Because if I'm going back on YouTube, then I'm going to have a different attitude, and if I don't, then there's a whole different attitude. A whole different thing. I am a little surprised. I mean, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew this thing could happen, and it was in my head. Okay, you can get suspended, and I thought about it, and I said, oh, well, it's not the end of the world, and blah blah blah. But I just kind of didn't really think about the idea of the 1,300 videos disappearing. I mean, I thought about the not making videos, but I didn't really think about the losing 1,300 videos. And I mean, it was in my head that could happen, but I just didn't think of the real consequence of that and how much you really lose. I mean, there's so much context just blown up. I mean, it's 2 years' work basically just wiped out. And for me, the ones I'm going to miss the most, the ones that meant the most to me, were all those conversations I had between me, Nick, and Matt, about how the brain works and stuff. I mean, that was, those were the best YouTube moments for me. Some people think I'm into this whole drama crap, and it's really, I have no interest. And I've sort of noticed that just in the way, just as recently I've been posting videos here and just posting links from the other channels, and it was kind of surprising to see how few viewers actually migrated to the video you were pointing to. So it's like they were just doing let's just see what the issue of the day is, let's just see what the subject is, and maybe there's some drama, and so maybe that's what everybody is just chasing. I mean, that's maybe what most views are made out of, is maybe there'll be some drama, and it's a little depressing and disappointing that that's what it comes down to, but that's the world you sort of know you're in. There's just this is a real tough struggle to have real conversation with human beings about anything that isn't a soundbite. I mean, as much as people complain about the media and how it shortchanges them, that's really all they want. I mean, they want shortchange. They want a cheap version of reality, a simplistic, reductionistic, nothing, the fluff. They don't want to have to think too hard. They don't want to be challenged either. So anyway, but like I said, there's a lot of perfection to this. Just like I said, just the idea of a Karina coming to your rescue has got to make you feel a little good. But there's the dark side, like the gray text. I just saw his video, and jeez, if I get back on YouTube, boy, am I gonna kick his ass. Pontificating whatever, I go through the rhetoric, but it just stirs it right up again. You say, what the fuck am I dealing with these assholes for? You know, give me lectures on what I can say and what I can't say. I can't say I don't have any use for poor people. Yeah, I have no use for poor people who have kids. They know they have no fucking money. They know they're sentencing their kid to shit. I have no use for some asshole who does that. God damn it, I have a right to say I have no use for that. I have no use for ignorance and stupidity. And selfishness. And I'm not going to defend all that crap in this video. But anyway, see, it just happens, you know, you're already getting angry. And then I noticed the flaggers, you know, they killed the background image on the Do Not God channel. I mean, the background, you know, it's been there for a year or whatever, and it's just like an artistic, you know, me trapped in a, whatever, Orby light or something, and you know, there's nothing offensive. It's a piece of art, in my opinion. You know, and it's just disgusting. I mean, there's no standards here. I mean, everything you do is just subject to how many people hate your guts. So if you're a love-hate kind of person, then you're in big fucking trouble unless you have enough of the love part to overwhelm the haters. You know, unless you're a substantial enough presence to survive the incessant crap that's going to take place. And that's another thing. Like I said, I've had time to reflect, so I've been doing some reflecting, because, you know, there's still people bitching about the free speech crap and how I'm some sort of oppressive force because I dare to say I own my forehead and that I own my nipples. You know, that somebody else's rights ends where my persona or my identity begins, and that they don't have a right to fuck with that. And I was thinking through my head, and I'm just saying, how dishonest can these people be? I mean, every time you see one of those stupid videos, you know, of the amazing atheist or fake Sagan or me or somebody else, those images stick in your head. I mean, I see it now in Mendham, and I think about the tassels on the nipples and the bullshit, and you know, the tampons sticking out of my ears. I mean, it does permanent damage to your mental image. I mean, fake Sagans, the horse face and the bullshit, and you know, fuck this. You know, I mean, the amazing atheist, at least he does it to himself. I mean, you know, he's, you know, kind of labeled himself with his man boob dance. But you don't get that shit out of your head. You know, you really don't. And I don't know if somebody has a right to do that in argument. I don't think it's a right people have to play that game. And I don't see how any rational person could say that's how they want argument to evolve. I mean, they don't want, like, say if you get a New York Times, you don't want a New York Times, you want a comic book. And see, so one side, one editorial guy will write a comic, you know, and the other guy, and he'll just put this guy in a dress, and the other guy put the other guy in a dress, and they'll just compete. The whole newspaper could just be images buffooning people, you know, making them look like assholes. And so, you know, but no depth, no character to the argument, just superficial insults that mean absolutely nothing. And then that'll be that's how you want to have, that's how you want to interact in the world. That's what you want the world to become. And it's so imbecilic. And so fuck you, you assholes. I mean, to say I'm an enemy of free speech is just bullshit. Absolute motherfucking bullshit. What I am is someone who appreciates what it takes to create such an atmosphere, because I've had to do it. You know, go run a message board on a serious subject, and then let's see what you do about free speech. You know, when the jackasses with the cunt and shit talk start showing up. You know, there's a practical reality to this free speech thing. You can't have it if you're going to let, you know, people you know, throw tomatoes at each other. I mean, once you allow the tomatoes to start flying, what speech is there going to be? There's just going to be people throwing tomatoes. So anyway, I didn't mean to lecture on that subject either. So anyway, just stuck in a weird place, and then I saw the suicidal optimist video, and that sort of depressed me because, you know, he says he's made his last YouTube video. And I mean, I understand the frustration, but I mean, you know, most of his aggravations were caused because his proximity to me, because, you know, he defended a few ideas I had, or he had the, we were at least on parallel tracks. And so the shit that I've collected started flying onto his tracks. And I really feel bad about that. Because you can see how destructive it is. You can see how destructive this fucking goddamn hate blob you can create, and how this hate blob can just start fucking with everything around you. And it ends up in your driveway, and it ends up on your telephone. You know, and ends up invading all kinds of things, and then anything associated with you starts getting tainted by it. And just fucking sucks. So, but anyway, I've been thinking about the whole, you know, how to do this interaction thing, this video thing, this arguing thing, this philosophy thing, and there's just so many things wrong with YouTube. I mean, even the categories. There's not even a category for philosophy or psychology. I mean, it's all this silly, stupid categories. I mean, you know, from the bottom up, this is broken. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. It can't work. You know, so I mean, that has been running through my head, and there's a right way to do this. There's a way to engineer it. I mean, if people work at it and try to figure out mechanisms to create a fair fight and to create clear boundaries, you know, where you can go and where you can't go. I mean, I think obviously when people show up and, you know, even if somebody lived in my town and they started filming themselves talking about me in my town, they still wouldn't have a right to put the video on YouTube. It's just dangerous to play that kind of game. You know, because then we start doing it to each other's kids or to each other's wives. I mean, I saw that on the message board I used to run. You know, there'd be some character in town, some politician or something, and some asshole couldn't argue with the politics. Instead, he'd start picking on the guy's wife. I mean, where do you know, and so what do you mean by free speech, you fuckers? Is that legitimate free speech? You can just start ragging on somebody's wife because you don't like a guy's politics? You know, this isn't that simple, you assholes. I mean, I don't think it's that complicated. I mean, I think it can be engineered, but it's not as simple as saying some stupid words like free fucking speech and like the masked analyst with his bullshit fair use. You know, I mean, you know, to say that, to sit there and compare two different things, like the idea, because he has this implication that I'm somehow stifling somebody's ability to accurately quote me. When have I ever done that? Go ahead, play my clips and argue with them all the fuck you want, as long as you leave my clips alone and leave the context intact. I don't have any fucking problem with that. What I have a big problem with is you calling it satire because you paint a mustache on somebody's face. I mean, you have to do a little more work than that, I think, to call it satire. You have to be a little more creative than that, and you have to be kind of careful how you do that, because there's a big difference between just fucking, you know, libel and slander and fucking satire. There's a line there somewhere, you assholes. People have shot each other over this kind of crap. I mean, to sit there and say it doesn't exist or it's not a problem. I mean, you know, men of forefather caliber shot each other, okay, over their reputation. It's not some minor issue, and it's certainly not a minor issue for somebody who does have a pair of balls. Because somebody with balls isn't going to let their fucking goddamn reputation be slandered by some asshole who doesn't do the work required to do it properly. Okay, I mean, you really should have to be able to, you should be able to have to fight the fight. You know, but maybe there's some pansies out there that think it'd be a good boxing match if one guy shows up with an AK-47. So fuck you, you jackasses. I didn't want to, didn't want this kind of video. But anyway, yeah, it's just a lot, it's out there. I mean, it's this love-hate thing. It's, you know, agony and ecstasy. It's not, I mean, I guess I do provoke the extremes. And I'm grateful for the one side, and I'm not too pleased with the other. So anyway, enough of a dumb, stupid, useless video. So yeah, I'm in a twilight zone until things are resolved. I guess I can't say much because I don't know what the terrain is yet. I gotta wait till the fog clears and I know where I am, and then I can proceed on my whatever, lunatic march through the rest of my existence. But we'll see what the next couple of days bring. So, just saying thank you and fuck you to the others. And till next time. I miss me. I really do. I miss my, I don't have any Inmendum videos to watch. It's kind of depressing. Maybe that's why I'm depressed. No Inmendum videos. But I did see some of my old ones. Somebody's been posting some of the old happy ones and stuff, and so that was pretty good. So anyway, that's all. Enough said. Blah, blah, blah.